Oh, man. Digging these holes is harder than I thought it was gonna be.
I just can't believe both of them are dead. Michael Myers, he just chased them into the middle of that rod.
He just ran them down right in the middle of that road. We told him to stay out of that road.
Yeah, that goddamn rod will get you. And out in the middle of nowhere, this rod is so deadly.
You know what? This is enough. Let's not, let's put some rocks on them.
Yeah.
This will be fine. This is good enough. It's whatever,
they'll definitely come back to life. Yeah. We'll be able to get our show going. But in the meantime, do you want to go grab a beer?
Yeah,
we'll leave him this note.
Grab a beer, yeah. Tell him to meet us in the Dungeons of Doom. Here's one of them. Yeah.
Oh, Logan, he's a heavy motherfucker for such a little kid.
Just put him in the hole. Let's wrap this up. I got places to be.
All right, put the stones on him there. All right.
It's Miller time.
Fuck yeah.
So you are afraid of something else. We all go a little mad sometimes. You don't know what death is. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Welcome to the madness.
We are the Mouths of Madness, your new favorite podcast for horror movie reviews. We're coming to you live tonight from the Dungeon of Doom. This is our episode 47 on the 1989 Stephen King's Pet Sematary, and it's our 2-year anniversary. Woo!
Yeah.
My name is Kevin, and let me introduce you to the other members of Madness. First, we have Brains. Dan. Dan, so glad to see you here for our anniversary.
Bearclaw, you seen this shit? It actually fucking worked.
I can't believe it.
He's back. We're back.
They're back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
I'm so happy to be back, guys.
Oh, yeah. We're all here, reunited, especially after your untimely deaths.
We had Bruce Springsteen in the seat today.
Born in the USA.
Next, we have the Lord of the Fifth Dimension. It's Bearclaw.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm just going to put a couple more of these air fresheners on you, Kev. It's quite pungent, some of the smells that are going on. And don't worry, they gave us a good discount on these guys, so feel free to use them liberally.
Finally, we have the youngest and most vulnerable member of Madness, Logan. Logan, take this scalpel here.
Take the scalpel? What is wrong with you, man? You got back from the grave, and ever since then, you've been a little bitch, We're back in the Dungeon of Doom. I'm feeling just fine, guys, right? I look perfect. I look like I haven't aged a day.
I mean,
you are missing an eye, bro.
And that your brain is, you might want to just push that guy back in there.
Yeah.
And I think we're good. Yeah, should be good to go. You guys look awesome. Yeah. So we're just going to move past it.
All right. There are a lot of other great horror movie podcasts out there, but what separates us from the other ones is that we're going to be giving you the older versus younger generation perspective. Myself, Dan, and Bearclaw were all born in the 1980s, while my son Logan was born in the 2000s. So this is the clash of the generations. Without any further ado, don't go in the road.
Better stay out that road now.
Stay out the road now.
Pull up a rocking chair. Hold on to your pets and children tight.
And let's out the road.
And let's dive into the madness. We watched Stephen King's Pet Sematary from 1989. It was written by Stephen King. It was directed by Mary Lambert. This is based on the book Pet Sematary by Stephen King. What I found kind of cool is this is one of his only movies to be shot actually in Maine,
really?
Where he lives.
I mean, he lives in Maine, doesn't he? So many of his books that I've read, I haven't read this book, but so many of his books all take place in Derry, Maine.
Or Bangalore. In that area.
Yeah.
All of his movies look like they're shot in Maine, too. Even though I'm surprised they're not. They look like they are. Salem's Lot looks like it's in Maine or Massachusetts area.
Well, this is actually in Maine. Casting-wise, we have Dale Midkiff as Lewis Creed. Do you know what he's best known for?
I think, doesn't he always play like the abusive husband in like a lot of like
Lifetime movies.
Lifetime movies, yeah.
That feels like
I
his-
feel like my vibe of that guy is he always plays like the good-looking but like abusive husband in Lifetime movies.
Yeah, what I could find is he's mostly, like you said, a Lifetime TV actor. He's best known for probably Pet Sematary, but he did a show that I've never heard of called Dallas: The Early Years, which was a spin-off of the great show Dallas in the 1980s. So.
Wow.
I've never seen either of those
And
shows.
he's also known for playing a zombie because he acts like one.
Ooh. We also have Denise Crosby as Rachel Creed. Do you know what she's best known for?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my nerd credit out here a little bit. She was on Star Trek Generations and in one of the best episodes, I think it was season 1, she dies. She's like one of the first like Star Trek people, and it was just because Denise Crosby didn't want to be in Star Trek anymore, or there was like some contract things. But she was like a mainline character in the show. She wasn't like a walk on, walk off. She was like the security officer. And Tasha Yar, I think, was her name. And she was like a mainline character in Star Trek Next Generation, but she got eaten by some evil ooze, and there was a lovely memorial to her. And Under the Skin, I think it was called, was the episode, which was late in season 1.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
And she went out the way we hope we all don't. By some
Yeah,
alien
it
goo.
was an evil puddle of goo.
Wow.
that was just like pure evil because the race
Pure
had shed all of its evil, and that's what that was all of the race's evil. They became like awesome, and they just left their gook on a planet, and it killed her.
Gack all over you.
Bastards.
Bastards, yeah, evil Gak.
Do you know any other information about her?
I do not.
Have you heard
no.
of Bing Crosby?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's her paternal grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And she also posed nude for Playboy magazine in 1979.
About it.
Surprised she made Star Trek.
I'm not. That feels like just up her avenue.
Nico Hughes as Gage Creed. Do you know what he's best
He's a
known for?
Freaking legend. Kindergarten cop.
Yes.
What else was it?
Full House. He was on
Yes.
Full
He
House.
was? Okay.
Yeah, he was like one of the little kids that was always playing with Michelle.
And something else too. Oh, it just
Doogie Howser,
Hmm?
hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Oh yeah, I remember him hanging with Mr. Cooper.
And the one I know him from most famously is he was in Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh.
That's the one that was escaping me.
A little seventh degree of separation here. I think that's what they call it, right?
6
Yeah, we'll
degrees.
find
Six
out.
degree, seventh degree,
666
Eh,
degree, whatever.
6 and 7.
Sixes and
Oh, shut up.
The special effects artist on this movie, or one of them, was David Leroy Anderson.
Isn't he married to Heather Langenkamp?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
They
Nice.
run their own special effects company,
Wow.
and that's kind of a cool thing.
That is
because
cool.
It's awesome.
Heather Langenkamp also starred in Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
And she must have recruited him.
Yeah, the effects are pretty good in this movie, so that all tracks.
Finally, we have Fred Gwynn as Judd Crandall.
Proud.
Did he play Herman Munster?
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I was getting Herman Munster vibes.
Yep, that's his most famous role.
Proud.
Pet Sematary had a budget of $11.5 million. Do you know how much it made at the box office?
Stephen King movie. I'm gonna go. I mean, I think it was a popular movie. I don't know a lot about the actual movie and its performance. I'm gonna go with 30 million.
All right.
I'll go a little bit higher, 38 million.
All right.
I actually went significantly higher. I'm not sure if it's correct, but I'm just gonna say it. I think this made significant money. I'm gonna say maybe 73 million.
Mathing in my head right now. This movie made $57.5 million.
So,
I think Logan.
Logan was probably the
Nay.
closest.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Log, we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Out of like
me
not
and Dan
doing
could
math.
take the
Yeah.
we could take the dual win, but yeah, I'll take
All right,
the
so
win.
Dan gets the jet skis. You get the trip to Perry.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. If Dan was 57, then
No, I was
or
73.
73.
You two are the closest. I went
oh,
over.
that's right. Okay, yeah. If
Yeah,
you're over,
Price
you-
is Right.
If you're
Oh,
over,
yeah,
you
that's
don't win
true.
the showcase.
All right, you're right.
So then, yeah, I
You're not
definitely
allowed
won.
to. You're not allowed to participate in the
Right.
showcase.
Yeah.
Price
Oh,
is
that's
Right
right.
has been
The price is wrong, bitch.
dude, those AI videos of Bob Parker make my week.
Oh man. Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, Pet Sematary has a 58% critic score, and a 60% audience score.
Really, that low?
That matches.
But they're almost like right on each other. so-
Yeah.
They're right on each other, right on the tip.
Speaking of teasing the tip,
Oh God.
Roger Ebert.
There we go.
Oh,
Let's hear it.
What did the Ebert have to say?
So he didn't do a formal review of this movie in 1989, but he did review the remake in 2019. And as a part of that review, he claimed that the 1989 Pet Sematary was gross, stupid, and incompetently made, with a good performance by Fred Gwynne as the only notable element.
Wow.
Wow, he really
Wow.
did
Another bad take
Yeah,
from
awful
Roger
take.
Ebert.
I actually am gonna say that was probably his most cumbersome
Wow.
rating of this.
And for those wondering, he rated the remake of Pet Sematary 1.5 stars.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Stephen King movies in the modern day aren't doing so well since it.
Well, let's give you all our overall thoughts on Pet Sematary. Dan, start us off.
This movie is so nostalgic for me. It's one of the first horror movies I can remember watching as a kid. There was a lot in it that terrified me. I mean, the cat church freaked me out so much so that like I was like skittish around cats, and like especially at nighttime when their eyes like reflect the light and like the glowing eyes, that stuff bugged me out. Judd was scary looking dude.
Yes.
Like for like you know, like 5-6-year-old kid or whatever, like he was scary looking dude, and the way he talked, that Maine accent, had no idea what he looked ghoulish himself. Like he looked like a ghost. And
He looks like
gibberish.
Edward. He looks like Herman Munster. Like
He really
without
does.
makeup.
Yeah.
You can't-
He looks like a big farmer, though. I mean, perfect for the part.
Yeah. Resurrected Gage was absolutely terrifying. Still terrifies me after watching it again this morning. Victor Pascal, definitely looked away from him when he was on the screen. But for me, I think the most terrifying aspect of this movie for me when I was younger was Sister Zelda.
Ugh.
Just that uncanny, emaciated body, the face, the voice. As a kid, like when she came on, I'd run out of the room.
She can't find me here.
I could noped out of that. As I was saying, like I watched it for the first time like in years this morning. And what I found was this is a movie that is trying to take itself seriously and does a great job executing the tone, the atmosphere, the gore aesthetics. And then someone lets out a wet fart and they're like, that's great. Let's leave that in. Like the best example I can give you guys is the scene where Gage gets hit by a truck. It's this very like intense, dramatic scene that's executed very well, except for the one fact that Lewis is like, go on, run along now. I'm just going to turn my back now to have a laugh while my children I instructed to run towards a road, runs into the road and then gets hit. It's like, what are you... Like,
Why?
they make, in that scene, you've made every single character look stupid by, like, doing that. Like,
Very much like Quiet Place.
the family is literally facing the road and they're watching the kid run into the road. And no one's like, stop. No, like, hey, turn around. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, that's like, it just makes me, like, kind of snicker a little bit. It's like this seesawing of, like, emotional reactions for me. It hit me hard thinking about Lewis having to watch his son die a second time after going through seeing how the first death really disrupts the whole family dynamic. Just really good, strong, thematic stuff. And the kid actor lands this great death scene, but then cracks his head on the door on the way down, and I start laughing again. There's just like a bit of that in this movie that feels like there's like this unintentional brevity from these like heavier moments.
Which it needs.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. It's a very, very like
Depressing.
dark, depressing movie.
The book is more depressing now.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't read the book myself, but I was like looking at comparing notes with people like that covered it on YouTube and everything. But to go back to what I was saying, I really love the makeup and the gore effects in this movie. Victor's head wound still holds up to me. It's like the most grotesque looking thing. It's like wet, it's weepy.
Ooh.
Reanimated Gage is still creepy, as I was saying, and it's such an impressive performance by like a 2-3-year-old Miko Hughes.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that like we were his age.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
those are like my overall opening thoughts. Like, I really enjoyed rewatching this movie. Bearclaw, what do you got?
So I'd like to open this up with a quote. Horror movies don't typically scare me. Thrill, yes, but scare rarely. But this one always gives me the willies. Bearclaw.
You quoted yourself. You scam. You charlatan.
We got a new shirt coming to T Public.
Bearclaw the charlatan.
Yeah, this movie has always struck a chord with me, and ever since I was younger, and it's just one of those movies that has always hit me in just all of the scary places, and just really scares the snot out of me. It's hard for me to watch, but I guess in the best way. I've seen it a bunch of times, because if I ever want to like genuinely feel fear, like this movie is what does it to me. Like just every element of this movie invokes some kind of not pleasant emotion for me. And you know, that's part of a horror movie, right? I mean, I get that it's just a movie, but even after I finish watching this movie, I'm always like looking around and like, you know, it's just the whole concept. I mean, I think on the face of it, if you put it on paper, it probably wouldn't scare me. Like if you just like wrote down like this happens and this happens and this happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I grew up in a very rural area when I was younger, and like Indian burial grounds was something that was always used to scare us off from different places, probably inspired by this book. It was maybe a little bit more real of a thing to me personally. So like this movie always struck a chord with me of like, you know, don't go messing around in places you shouldn't be messing around in. So this movie, and then, you know, Fred Gwynn as or not as Herman Munster, but as Judd. He was awesome as Herman Munster too, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but as Judd Crandall, I mean, he just really sold everything. And Pascal, who was like the quote unquote friendly ghost, you know, he wasn't even the scariest part of this thing for me, but like the sister, oh, that terrified me. Zelda,
Yeah.
like just the makeup effects and what they did to make her look the way that she did, and the fact that the parents left an 8-year-old with this like, you know, clinically insane like person.
They actually went out and left an 8-year-old kid in charge of her dying sister, who was probably clinically insane by then.
Who was just, you know, looked like a corpse already, and it was just, oh, all of that just terrifies me, I should say, in present tense.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, even some of the parts where maybe, and I can definitely see where other people are coming from, where like, you know, when Gage falls down and hits his head, that's kind of comic, but to me that, like, I don't know, that sells it so much more, because it's not just them lying down on the ground. Like if a person's gonna drop, they're not gonna drop all neat. Like it's like that, just hearing that thud, like, oh, it just drives me.
Yeah.
You know, and just the little kid thing, and how terrifying he is, and like, oh, I want to play with you, and the laughter. I mean,
Yeah, the
laughter kills me. And then the fact that like the doctors kind of finally lost it, and he goes and he's like, no, this is fresh now. We're gonna go bury my wife. It'll be great. It's all gonna work out. Like you can tell, like he's checked out. Like he's gone. You know, he started out as kind of like a strong silent type, but then morphed into just completely off his rocker. But that's what this kind of thing will do to you, you know, like, so it really resonated with me. You know, those are just kind of my opening thoughts. But yeah, I don't know, this movie to this day terrifies me. So
I want to ask you, Bearclaw, you also saw this at a young age, right? Like,
yeah, I saw it at a young age, and it scared me then, and it scares me now.
It's funny because the first time I saw this movie wasn't until I was much older, and it was actually the first movie all of us had sat down together and watched in a room.
Yeah.
We watched this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember us all
that's
sitting down and
okay.
watching
I don't
it.
remember.
It was the
either.
first time. Logan was with us too. Like
Yeah.
we were all together, and that was the first time I saw Pet Sematary.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, it hit a little bit different for me than you both because of that, I think. And not necessarily in a bad way. It's just like I can see how Zelda's terrifying. Like even at this age, she, like I don't want to be left alone with
I was
her.
gonna say,
hell no.
Imagine if that was just hanging out in the corner of your room looking at you.
Yeah, I don't
like-
want to, Bearclaw.
Like she belongs in a Marilyn Manson video.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, someone's got to edit that. The Dope Show.
Oh.
There is a lot of this movie that I really like. We talked about Fred Gwynne's acting, I think is really great. His main voice, I know, is a lot for some, but I'll be honest, I've heard people who are from Maine that have a pretty thick accent.
Oh, yeah.
And he's pretty spot on with it, you know?
Yeah, no.
Wrong.
Nobody's. I lived in Boston for a little while, and nobody's harsher on the Maine accent than Boston folks, especially on the radio.
Oh,
They
yeah.
I don't want to dicka with you over this, but
They're the ones to be
yeah, I was gonna
going
say,
over
talk about
accents.
throwing stones in glass houses.
And listen, I know I have an accent myself, so I totally understand.
You have an accent?
Yeah,
Everybody's got an accent.
everyone's got a little accent, right?
But we
Yeah.
got a lazy man's accent.
I hate to say it, but between him and the little kid Miko Hughes, they were like the best actors in this.
Oh,
movie
yeah.
for me.
Definitely.
And I hate to say it, but the thing I don't like about this movie, one of the biggest things, is the father's acting and the
Yes.
mother's acting. Like I did not like their acting at
Oh,
all.
that's Church.
Yeah.
Call him that. Because it's like Winston Churchill.
You know, like the scenes where like he's supposed to be talking to his daughter and like reassuring her, and he's just like, "Up,
Kiss your own cat.
yes." Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be
dude.
fine.
Or like when he's like on the phone with his children, and then like his little boy gets on the phone, and he just like stone silent. Like, do you hate your kid?
The perfect scene too is when Church is dead, and he's like, "Yep, he's dead, all right."
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand if you're trying to be stone faced to hide your own emotions, but this was not it. Like it was just
No, it's weird.
he wasn't conveying anything. So I mean, that's like probably the biggest negative I have. You know, Church actually, the cat the cat was pretty good actor.
That was
dude.
good. I believe the cat was undead. Not a
Yeah.
big fan of cats from square one, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing with this movie is it's very dark. It's very depressing. I mean, it has some of those themes throughout. And Bearclaw, like you said, a horror movie isn't always like for thrilling and fun. Like sometimes you do have movies like Hereditary, for instance, is
Yeah.
a perfect example, that they want you to sit in that feeling throughout.
Yeah.
This is Pet Sematary. They want you to sit in this feeling throughout from the very start. Like something is off, something is
Yeah.
different. This isn't your normal, just everyday life.
This isn't your mother's cemetery.
Yeah, I mean, even the cemetery itself is off. It's
Yeah.
misspelled.
Yeah.
Right. I think what I appreciate most about this is like what Dan was saying, the atmosphere that is in this movie, because I think it is very horror and terrifying. And like the small town ruralness, Bearclaw, like you were talking about,
Yeah.
that's scary in itself. Who are you going to go to for help?
Yeah.
You know, thankfully you have what appears to be a nice ghost here trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. And I mean, like, to me, this is one of Stephen King's scariest because he writes a lot of cool stuff. I'm a big Stephen King fan, so I don't want to come off like saying like he's not a good writer or anything like that because I think
I
he's
will.
a fantastic writer, and I've read many of his books that are awesome. I like really love like November 1963. That was one of my
That was a
favorite.
good one.
That was a really good book, but like this is like one of his scariest in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, is
I don't
this
know,
one
it-
of the scarier Stephen King movies? Yeah, it's
The book, I just read it. I just finished it. Terrified the shit out of me. I hate clowns.
but in fairness, the original It was a long drawn out
Yeah.
because it was a
I refuse
miniseries.
to watch the new one.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. This might be like one of his just scarier adaptations, like
Misery
to
too.
the
It's
big
pretty.
screen. That's cool to think about for sure. Logan, how about you? What's your overall thoughts on?
Yeah,
Pet
I was
Sematary?
curious. Have you seen this before?
I guess we watched this. I don't.
Yeah, we
I
watched it
remember
all together.
watching
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I thought we just watched it, you and me, like a while back, because I know I watched it, but you know, I keep on thinking about it, the quote that Bearclaw used, and you know what? I gotta say that pretty much sums it up for me. I like that you presented your own statement as
Yeah.
ancient wisdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Bearclaw knowledge.
I would never do that to you. Tyrion Lannister over here. I think for me, this movie brought up a lot of stuff that I hate. And what I hate about it is one of my big pet peeves with horror movies, keep the kids away. I don't want to see kids in horror movies. Whenever I see a little kid in a horror movie, I pray to God that they live because I don't want to see them die.
Mm.
I don't like when things are creepy, like really like creepy, like where I'm like, I'm not afraid of it. I just hate it. I hate the feeling of that
Yep.
and the idea of kids. I don't like kids dying. You know, you play enough Call of Duty Zombies, you hear that kid laughing in the corner, you get the hell out. Like that little kid laughing sound is all over my feed now because of the horror that you've brought me into, and I hate it. I hate that sound. And this movie is just like that times a million. It's like, hey, we're gonna make kids really creepy, and we're also gonna kill like animals and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, like what the hell? Like it's just like a stake through the heart. Like I don't know why, but I don't necessarily love it, but I understand why people do because it is a very compelling movie. It's again what I like about Stephen King. I think I'm not a huge fan of a lot of his books. I like a couple. What I think he does really good is telling that tale of the mind breaking, like that break in the psychosis of your mind. Like, and I think he brings it into all of his movies, like The Shining, which is one of my favorite movies, and this movie especially even though it's through the stone cold zombie of Lewis. But I like the idea of that telling a tale from like a very happy go lucky family to the very end. I think it's really just it's an ironic ending to like such like a twist in the story because it goes from like very nice to very it goes from very bad. I think for me, what I like about this movie is the cinematography, which I don't think like a lot of people talk about with this movie. I love that in the very beginning of the movie, it's all like nice and light, and it's very like it's very bright. And then like even as the movie goes on, when it's still like light out, it feels darker. It feels grim out. It feels like there's like it feels like a darkness over the camera. Like it feels like it's dirtier.
Like the light's not going to protect them. In this case.
I think that's a very interesting way to compel that story. And I think what's so interesting is a lot of movies have taken that, but like with horror movies we've watched, I've never really seen that before or noticed it before until this movie. I think because of the story that it goes under. But I think what's so interesting is that there's so many parts of this movie that are so good. Like I think like another thing is I kind of like the music. I kind of like the music. Like it's not
underrated.
It was a little bit Twin Peaks like.
Yeah,
is what it kind of reminded me of.
It's very underneath the radar, but it's still there to appreciate. I will say my big gripe with this movie is the characters. I didn't give a shit about characters except for the kids, but once the kids got it, and didn't really care that much.
I'm curious on your point on the kids, because I think sometimes horror movies will sometimes throw kids in there to be exploitative in the sense that like, oh, okay, we're going to turn it up to 11. And at least I don't think that this movie did that. It was kind of real central to the story, in my opinion. Are you of the same opinion or?
Yeah.
Because I think that was a big, like, the father just completely breaking down. He was, a doctor. He could usually handle his stuff, but he was completely broken when his son.
It was a plot device. It wasn't used as like a shock value.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it is the main story they're telling, so it's not like they didn't do it for shock value. Although there is shock value.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, for sure.
Certainly.
Yeah, but it wasn't just to get
That
the
wasn't the
audience.
intention.
It's part of the story. So they're
like him chasing that kite, my heart goes into my throat. Like,
or like I love like some of like the kite floating away.
Yeah.
Just some of the
I think what's so
some of the cuts they do like to like symbolize things.
Yeah.
it's so good. The cinematography for that too, because I thought what was so interesting is the kite is so bright. It's so brightly yellow, and then as soon as that happiness leaves, like the color drains from this movie.
Logan, I was just gonna say, it's funny you brought that up because it's like that's really the last quote unquote bright scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Once that kid dies, boom, it's over. Like it is not happy.
Let's get into the movie a little bit because I love how, going off of Logan's, it's bright and airy when it starts, right? This family moves in, new beginnings, right? New house.
Yep. Gonna cut the nuts off the cat.
I don't want Church to get his nuts cut, Daddy.
Gotta cut the nuts off the cat. My biggest question right away, is this the most dangerous road in America?
Yeah, that's one mean road, all right.
Oh yeah.
Berlin Turnpike pales in comparison.
Route 6.
This is crazy, this road. I mean,
yeah, going back to like what we were talking about with the rural town and everything, it's like the local people too. It's like they have nothing else to talk about but that goddamn road and what and all the danger and death it brings. Like, it's weird. It's like this cultural monolithic thing that's a part of the
See,
community.
I felt that in a rural town because where I live, there was a salt mine, and you always had to worry about the salt trucks.
Oh yeah.
The salt trucks were always, and it was just like those trucks. Like they would just tear down there. Like there's a lot of times, they're just hauling, and they're in rural. They know there's not going to be a ton of cops, so they're just going to pedal the metal, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean this road, they can't go to like the police or anything and be like, hey, we need.
I would be at the town council,
Yeah.
but I don't know
need something.
If that plant is like 90% of the employment in the town, though, they might not.
Well, the other thing too is I didn't notice any regular cars driving down this road. It was all semi or tankers,
Right?
Yeah, tearing it too.
Like, where was this road? Was like a main thorough for trucks.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to Judd, who right away saves the
Yeah.
kid.
No, my friend. Not in that road.
Saves
Yeah.
Judd
Gage.
is a national hero. We should be celebrating him for this month.
Well, let's not be too quick about that.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes.
I do have questions on Judd, but
Well, you know
I do
what?
too.
I have answers.
oh. I mean, yeah. So you have this kind neighbor, and you get the gun there, the
Chekhov's.
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Right away, the kid's running into the freaking road.
Chekhov's child.
Yeah, Chekhov's child, foreshadowing for what's.
And then, what's down that path?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long walk and a long story, but I'll tell you, and we'll walk it.
That's a good story. A good walk. I'll take you up there sometime. Tell you the story, too.
He said like road like 8 times in that opening.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm gonna tally this when I watch this.
The road.
The road.
Do we know how many times he said road? in
Well,
the movie?
11 times total.
Wow.
It's funny you
not,
bring that
not
up.
as much. I was a little disappointed.
I was gonna save this for a bit later, but I thought I was gonna ruin the movie now for Bearclaw because I did it for the Lost Boys with Michael.
Michael, you're right.
I tried to get the exact number he says road throughout the whole movie. Somebody on Reddit said, I've lost count because road is turning into other words for me.
Because you hear a word too much and then it starts like bleeding through. Like,
Right. It became like something else because, like you're saying, man, you counted 11.
Yeah, just wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
It seemed like 30
Rod.
times. Yeah. I thought it was insane. But I could listen to him talk. I could listen to him like read me a book.
Oh yeah.
This is audible.
Call me Ishmael.
So he brings him to the pet cemetery, right? And
Yeah.
he's explaining to him about, what a cemetery is supposed to be. Right away, Rachel, the mom, is like, hey,
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
yeah, like shut up.
Well, they have to learn about death somehow, now don't they, Ms. Creed?
Why?
He almost does like a fourth wall break, like looking at the camera, like, can you believe this bitch?
Yeah. You believe?
Don't you know who I am? I'm a Herman Munster.
You see, I kind of disagree about I agree the main guy is not like the best. I think it's a passable performance, but I think she plays pretty well as kind of maybe being a little bit of she's kind of a difficult, maybe more city oriented kind of individual than maybe this rural farmer was. And I think she plays as a good foil to him. He's like, well, they got to learn the facts of life sometime. And she's, she kind of plays that like cityfied kind of mom
It's
who's
that
just
culture
like,
shock of being in a different environment.
She feels very differently cultured.
It seemed like, too, he's got to be kind of wealthy, right? Because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
But it seemed like she came from like different sort of wealth or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
because-
She rich.
Yeah, because she rich. She Oprah rich.
She white person rich.
Because they like hint at a bunch of like problems, right, with Lewis and the dad and the family in general.
He's a
right?
yeah, well, and that's what I was kind of curious about, like Chicago to Maine. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a family that's happy. Like you moved to Maine. That sounds more like our marriage is on the rocks and we need some time to ourselves to figure some things out.
Well, it doesn't seem like their marriage is doing great, just from that morning breakfast scene where like, oh, still friends, like she's got to check back in with him because he's kind of I don't think things were going awesome. I think they were probably at a difficult point in their marriage.
Dan, now that you said Chicago to Maine, it like clicked for me. She goes to Chicago twice in
Yeah,
the
she
span of how
flies,
long?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of. Yeah.
Chicago's right down the
checks out.
street.
In my head, Logan, I was thinking, I was like, wow, like, it must be a quick journey or whatever. But no,
Probably like a 4-hour flight.
at least. She got a private jet.
Yeah.
She probably does. How the hell she get
She got that
Chicago?
money.
Yeah.
She got that witch. She got that white bitch money.
Well, they do show Lewis on like the tarmac reading. I'm like,
Yeah.
That goop money.
that shit doesn't happen.
Well, that does happen.
I guess
in
back in the-
small airports.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's where that happens.
All right.
Is like they don't even have the those giant, I don't know what you'd call them, but a lot of times at those like municipal airports, if they fly into a municipal airport or something like that, you'll just get right off the plane.
Gotcha.
Man,
Gotcha.
I can't believe though how he's a doctor, but yet he still feels like he's reaching. How is that possible? He's a doctor.
You're saying reaching for her, like
Yeah, like for her parents' approval. Like he's a doctor.
I don't know if he cares about
I
her
don't know
parents'
that he's
approval.
reaching for her parents' approval. I think he's pretty set on not having the approval.
Yeah,
of her
he's just
parents.
like, yeah, you can go without me.
As far as your dad is concerned, I'm never going to be a member of the family.
I know they hate my
Well, I'm
ass.
just
I'm
saying,
just
like-
gonna stay
Yeah.
here.
Why would her parents? Why would the parents like hate him? He's a doctor.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
really
true.
get that either.
Yeah.
It's like
He's
that
a
would
doctor.
be like
That
the
feel-
father-in-law's wet dream. Like, oh, my little girl married a doctor.
Pretty good money.
Maybe she's rich enough where like marrying a doctor is beneath them. Or something. I don't know.
he's not a plastic surgeon.
He's not.
He doesn't have these awesome paintings in his house like I do.
Regular
Yeah.
MD.
Oh my God! Can we talk about those paintings in that house?
I thought they were pretty cool.
Well,
liked
did you guys put the paintings together? Like, 'cause
No, what's
Rachel or the sister there, Zelda, she likely inhabited Gage's dead body. And the biggest clue to that was, remember when Gage had the cane in
The
the
top
hat?
hat, yeah.
That was one of the paintings that was in the house.
And there's a cat in that painting as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so creepy.
Yeah, no, it's super creepy.
Like,
That
Stephen
painting
King
is
pictures.
creepy. Him being in his little thing and
Yes.
undead kid with a cane, just like, oh hey, how's it going?
Yeah, man.
Mommy, I want to
Little
play.
2-3-year-old pimp.
Look at me, bitch.
Kiss the
I'm
rings.
straight up pimping.
Yeah, I did have that note. Like, these are the most fucked up paintings. There was a
yeah.
bunch of them
They were
too. It
cool.
wasn't just like that one. The other thing too is Lewis is a doctor at a university, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what he took the job at the university.
Okay, like the University of Maine, I'm guessing, or something.
Sure.
Like that?
yeah. I don't know, a lot of-
Just go with that.
So,
It doesn't look like he's got a massive practice there, though.
well, that's what I'm
No.
wondering. Like, what is he doing? Like,
Is he-
Well, every
is he a
university has,
professor,
like,
or
a-
Is he like
He's
a
doing
I
whatever
think
the
he was-
plot wants.
I think
him
he was
to.
like this,
Like
like
the
a
school
school
nurse?
doctor.
like a school nurse?
Well, like the college I went to had a college doctor that
Oh,
just
okay.
Oh yeah, like
probably
yeah.
dealt with a lot of the same.
STDs.
Yeah. Well, this is what you got to look out for. All right, here's your shot of penicillin.
here's some Blue Chew for you.
Kind of
Get it
felt
going.
like he got Mike Schmidted out to the main. Like this is the only job that
This
you
is
could
what
get.
you're gonna get.
Yeah, because it didn't feel like a great job for him.
Maybe he's a disgraced doctor.
Yeah, maybe he
Yeah.
did something wrong.
Like
I
the
don't-
Invisible Man.
I mean, so my question too is Victor Pascow, it comes into the
Yeah.
university, right? He's been hit. Is this on the same fucking
Yeah,
road?
it's on the road. You gotta watch out for that road.
One
Rod.
Rod.
There's that damn road.
Holy shit, this road's
Rod.
killing.
It's the same truck too.
He's marking them off like got another one.
Runner knee.
Like, yeah, I'm like, God damn, man, this road is killing people. How
It's
not
has
the road.
Judd lasted so long?
I know.
Because he
just-
doesn't go down the
he doesn't
road.
go on the road. He just
Well,
sits and drinks his beer on his porch.
Well, isn't it? This book is based on Stephen King had a close call with his son almost getting hit by a truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, he did in fact get hit by a car on
Oh
in
my
up in
God.
Maine,
Well, one
too.
of
He almost died.
those salt
Oh.
trucks that I was talking about ran somebody right off the road in front of our house into like a massive ditch. Like
Wow.
those trucks were a problem. And like I think nowadays they'd probably like make them have all GPS or something. You know, they had the tools now, but back then it was just kind of the Wild West out there.
You'd think at least they'd have a sign up or something
Yeah.
like that. I mean, here's my biggest thing on Judd, right?
Oh God, leave Judd alone.
I question Judd because,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, so church Ellie's cat gets hit and dies.
Uh-huh.
And Judd's like, she's going to be quite upset. Let's go bury
I know
the
a
cat.
place.
Yeah,
The
right.
place we're going is on the other side of that.
I'm gonna support Judd. You know why? Because he went through the same thing that he did.
What? But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
it was
why.
all the more. I mean, he burned down the house of like. So like, why would you open that can of
Not
worms?
only does he know the story about the person that was buried in, the other like little story is his own dog.
Spot came back all right. It was never quite the same dog that I knew.
He's very complicit in all of it.
Yes, it's his fault.
Yeah.
I think Judd made a lapse in judgment.
In judgment.
And we can't fault him for that.
Man doesn't always know why he does things, Lewis.
Now, here's the thing. Did he lead him to think that, hey, I can use this whenever I want, like some kind of like resurrection pit, like the like the
Batman
Lazarus pit?
Yeah.
Like, and let me tell you right now, that Lazarus pit in Batman didn't do anything. It most likely killed people more than it brought them back to life. So this shit basically did the same thing. And let me tell you, Judd, yes, he made a lapse in judgment, but he didn't tell him to do the rest. That was on Lewis.
That is true. Give it to him.
Lewis is a grown-ass man.
But isn't
He
like
makes his own
it's like
decision.
Pandora's box. It's like the lament
Yeah, you
configuration.
can't.
Yeah.
Once you open it,
But
you can't.
Lewis is a grown-ass man. Whether he acts like it or not, he
Yeah.
is still his own person. Just because Judd told him what to do doesn't mean he's going to follow it. He chose to do that.
So this is the devil's advocate, Logan, right now, because that's exactly it. The devil doesn't make you do anything.
You do it
The
yourself.
devil tells you. The devil
Like in
gives you this
Leprechaun in the
temptation.
Hood. Leprechaun in the Hood, he could have chosen not to use the flute, but he did it anyway because he wanted
I like that your
power.
moral compass is Leprechaun in the
My North Star. Give me Warlock Davis. I want Warlock Davis.
We
on
were
this
all
podcast.
victims on Leprechaun in the Hood, and Logan was a killer.
I love that movie, bro. Whatever. Get ready for Leprechaun in space for next year.
Oh man.
I don't know that Judd was controlled. I think Judd was a good like person, but I think because Judd had used it before, that he was subject to, he had crossed that barrier in my mind, because you see that the burial ground can have subtle influence on things. Like when she was driving back from the trip from Chicago, it pops her tire and like tries to get in her way as much as possible from getting back, the wife there. I think it can have subtle influence on things, and I think it already had Judd, and Judd thought he was doing the right thing, but he had already kind of made a deal with the burial ground. And so, like, I think it was a subtle influence on him.
Yeah, I think he even had a like throwaway line where he said something like, "I think I've made a mistake."
Please might have made Gage die, because I introduced you to the power. I may have murdered your son, Lewis.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you've done it this time, you stupid old man." Like, and how much of that was under his own power, I think, is debatable.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think what's so interesting about this movie is the entire theme of this movie is morality, legitimately, because it is the idea that you can resurrect your loved ones from back from the grave.
And would you?
Because it
If you
tells
had that
that
power.
choice.
Sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes that is better.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is better, but I mean, at the same time, if one of your kids goes, I mean, that's just a whole.
I would-
I can't even imagine it.
Yeah,
you
I'd
know,
probably do it.
I really like too how they start in this with church, like the cat.
Yeah.
Because you see the process with the cat, you know.
And he just keeps upping the ante.
Yeah. What I love too is when he takes them, first off, this place is shit to get to. I mean,
Yeah, it's not an easy place.
How the fuck does Herman Munster there able to like he's
Climb
like
over.
fucking 80 years old and he is like in better shape than the doctor.
the doctor falls for
Well, I
God's
tell you,
sake.
Northern Maine folk are hardy, man. He's eating those bologna and pickle sandwiches. He's
and those Judweisers.
spam and
He was 6 Judweisers deep when they went up there.
Well,
That's why he's so powerful.
He's chain smoking bogues. He's got the 6-pack
Yeah.
of bud a night. He's got the regimen, man. He can climb that shit no problem.
I love how Judd goes, "It's your family or whatever. You got to do
Yeah,
this."
he's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this for you. Like, yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna sit here and smoke these bogues.
He kind of lies to him though. He's like, soil's low or something like that.
Soil's thin, but you'll manage.
Christ, they're out there
sandy.
for hours.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, soil's loose. It shouldn't be a problem. First thing he does with a pickaxe is hit the rock. It's like, well, that.
Like, what are we doing here? I would have been very skeptical of everything. But I will say one of the cool things about this movie is it gives you a trope in horror of the cat scare, right? The famous cat scare.
Yep.
This is the best, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's done so well with
He
that
drops
cat.
the dead rat in the
Yeah.
bathtub.
Oh, and that too. Yeah.
That is the only part of this movie that I laugh at because
Oh, yeah.
it's like, I feel like with cats, they bring like gifts and he's
Yeah.
like, and he's throwing the thing and the guy gets all bent out of shape and I feel like the cat's in his mind like, what the fuck? That was for you. Like, that was a gift.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You can't just not accept my gift.
I feel like Lewis didn't really like cats to begin with.
Yeah.
Lewis doesn't like anything.
You're right. He doesn't.
I will
He doesn't
say,
seem like a happy fellow.
I will say the only time I liked Lewis is when Judd and him are sitting at the table and he looks over at Lewis and he sees that look in his eyes when they're talking about Gage. And that's when he knows, he's like, oh, he's going to use the pet cemetery. He's thinking about it because throughout the entire scene before he does it, you can tell he's going to do it. Like he's dealing with that like idea.
Process,
Yeah.
And like those instances, like you made me think of this too. Like it would be so awesome just like from a book reading perspective to get that inner monologue of
Yeah,
like
let me
Judd's
tell
inner
ya.
monologue.
Yeah,
and,
It's full of it. The book makes him a character. This movie, no. This movie, he's outside of we can't even relate to him.
Is this one of the worst scenes in movies? Gage getting run over by a truck.
It's
It's up
horrific.
there, man.
Up there
It's
with
horrific.
Quiet Place, 'cause that one's also bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen Quiet Place.
Yeah, and no one likes kids dying.
Yeah, I mean, this is horrendous to watch, and like Dan, like you said, they're all looking at the fucking road.
Yeah.
It makes me so that scene makes me so angry. Just because like I could understand, like it doesn't feel like an accident. Like, what are you doing?
It feels very dreamlike too.
Yeah.
And like you were saying with the bright on the kite and stuff, and then the fucking yell from the dad, man. It's like,
It's
to me,
terrible.
it was not good.
No.
Like it was almost comical. Like you're like, oh,
I don't
Again,
know. I'm
it's
too-
that wet fart I was talking about.
yeah.
See, I'm too caught up in things at that point. I don't even know that I noticed that.
You know what I didn't really think about in the moment because you're so caught up in like the shoe image and stuff.
Yeah.
The fucking truck tips over.
Yeah, that was the other
Because he
thing I was-
tries to stop. I mean, physics with trucks is, your enemy for the most part because you can only slow down so quickly. And yeah, he just totally, I think the truck driver dies. Is that what happens in the book or?
Dang.
In the book, it's not the son who dies. It's the
Oh,
daughter.
It's the daughter.
Oh, really?
It's the
Ah.
daughter who dies. I'm pretty sure. I haven't read it in like 5 years, probably. I read it during COVID, but yeah, I think the daughter died originally in the book.
That's interesting because the remake has the daughter die.
Yeah, because this movie, so I think what I remember of it is this movie, they wanted it to be more depressing. Because
Yeah.
that's obviously a joke, but like, I think the idea was it's more innocent.
Yeah.
Take away the 2-year-old than the daughter. Because I think the thing is, the daughter is more, what's the word? Like, she can.
Autonomous?
Yeah, she can talk. She can do all like, well, the kid can too, but she is more integral to the idea of the story more than the son, because the son doesn't really add much past his death. Like, his death is the catalyst,
Right.
Once he dies, that's when the story changes. If you kill off the daughter, yeah, it's more, I feel like it's at the same, but I feel like with the son, it's more heartbreaking.
It's bigger
Yeah.
impact.
I think
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking because a 2-year-old, it's terrible.
It's a bigger impact.
Like the daughter herself, like she would have the wherewithal to not run into the street like that.
Yeah.
I gotta ask a big question too. We're bringing the daughter up. Does the daughter have The Shining?
Daddy, is church all right? I dreamed he got hit by a car and you and Mr. Crandall buried him in the pet cemetery.
That's what it seems
That
like.
was one of my conspiracy theories.
Oh,
It was
okay.
kind of like all of Stephen King's books take kind of place in the Stephen King universe, as the Dark Tower series would tell us. So like Yeah, I mean, I would say she probably does. I mean, she's got prophetic dreams and she's like connected and she kind of, hears Pascal
She
and
can tell the future because she has that dream about the cat,
yeah.
and then and then literally like the next thing, the cat dies. She
I
saw
was
that coming.
specifically getting very Shining vibes
Yeah.
because Jack also has The Shining, right? In the book, I believe, right?
Or is
In
it?
the book The Shining?
Yeah, that Jack also had so the father,
Jack Nicholson or the kid?
yeah, the father and the son
I don't
both
think
have
the
The Shining.
I don't think the father has the Shining. He's like he has the darkening or whatever
Oh.
or some nonsense
Yeah,
like that.
Danny, the boy, has.
Danny the boy has the Shining.
Yeah, I know he
Yeah.
has The Shining because I was thinking like
'Cause
the
him and
mother, the mother in this Rachel has Shining vibes also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not like the little
No,
girl
the-
because she can't remember.
Yeah.
The mother is getting more. It's more physical than it is mental, because like we talked about, the tire and like everything about that. But like I think it's more physical than it is like mental, like The Shining, like Danny and the girl, because it's more in her head. It's more like what she sees rather than what she feels.
I also got Shining vibes when Rachel was trying to come home too. Like, what's his name from The Shining?
the
Caretaker.
the caretaker, the like non-winter one. He has straight out shining powers. 'Cause
Yes,
him and
yeah.
Danny have
Yeah,
like
they can
he's like we can
communicate.
have conversations
Yeah, right.
without anybody else knowing that we're having conversations.
And I got that very same vibe of like him trying to come back to the Overlook and her trying to come back, you know, and like the cemetery itself, like you were saying, is like doing things like taking the wheel out and trying to make it hard for
and Pascal is kind of I don't know that there's evidence that Rachel has the Shining, but I definitely see the daughter having the Shining, because like Rachel she can't really see Pascal and she doesn't really understand. I feel like if Pascal was helping the daughter, there's more of a vibe that she would be like talking back to him kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Well, what I was wondering too, because Rachel has like for Zelda, like her sister, she sees her, right? Like images of her and stuff.
Well, I think that's Zelda reaching out to her, because I think Zelda, besides having a terrible medical affliction, and the doctor also says she's clinically insane.
Oh, okay.
And like I think that Zelda is like an evil spirit of vengeance for Rachel.
Like a tortured spirit.
Yeah, and like is out for Rachel because and that's why she kind of it's like her and Gage are like after her for letting them die.
Here's my biggest question for this movie: where they get buried and stuff, the pet cemetery or beyond there.
Yeah.
Are these demons coming back in the form of their bodies?
Could be.
My guess is like they become a tool for malevolent spirits.
Okay.
Like I don't think it's them coming back.
Right.
I think that it's like a tool to be used by malevolent spirits, generally speaking. I don't know that there's specific demons, I mean, we could get into the Warhammer demonology conversation, but I don't think it's like specific demons that are coming back, but I think it's just a general malevolent spirits are allowed to come back, would be my take on it. I don't know. What do you think, Dan?
I get like Evil Dead vibes. Like, they're deadites.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
or
my
it's like a
vibe.
deadite kind of thing. That'd be kind of in agreement with my kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
basically.
Like,
It's
yeah.
similar.
This sets up for probably my favorite parts in the movie, which is the ending here.
Yeah.
Oh, the ending is awesome.
goes all out.
Poor Judd, right? Yeah.
Dude, that slice on the knee, on the back of the
Oh,
Achilles.
That's so
Achilles heel, man. That
Just
bitch.
right into it too.
That's the only
and they
time I've been like, oh man, you kick that kid.
And then you got the little kid, and he's growling too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just it's so terrifying.
That's what I was thinking, like demon. And like Dan, like I'm glad you brought up like the Evil Dead, because especially when he's biting his jugular and shit,
And
it's
it's
like
just that.
Play, Daddy.
Has Stephen King done a
gory
zombie
goodness.
book? I guess this is kind of zombie,
his
but
zombie
this,
book.
this is
is
a
like
zombie book.
demons more than.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just like these scenes of Gage, or like Demon Gage, or whatever he is. I mean,
Undead.
yeah, like you said earlier, Bearclaw too, the laughter, like that's always creepy
Oh, yeah,
as
the
hell.
laughter.
The little footprints. I love
So,
that.
funny story around that. A friend of mine, he had one of those devices that you remember they were popular, like you'd talk to them a few years ago, or like they're like, hey, order me milk or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Amazon or Google
The Alexa?
devices. Yeah, Alexa or similar
Yeah.
device. I guess some programmer, the disgruntled programmer. Long story short, one night he's in his kitchen at like 2 a.m. He had like a mid shift or something like that, and he was coming home from work, and all of a sudden his device started like child laughing at him.
Oh my god.
And he lost his shit. He was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And I guess he found out in the news the next day that some disgruntled programmer caused them to like all start like child laughing at like 3 a.m. or something like
Oh,
that.
That's
God.
terrible.
3 a.m. is the haunting hour, bro.
I'd be
I
out
was
of
like,
my house.
I would have gotten everybody out. We would have been going to a hotel, hopefully not the Overlook Hotel, and
That feels like a Simpsons bit.
yeah.
This gets us to Rachel coming all the way back from Chicago, and
All the way up the street.
and then she hears what she thinks is Gage, right, laughing
Yeah.
at Judd's house. So it
Well,
causes her-
and remember, Rachel is, or Zelda is the one that calls her in.
Rachel? Is that you?
oh,
Remember, she gets out of the truck and she's about to walk to her house, but then Zelda is the one. I keep getting
Oh.
Rachel and Zelda confused. Zelda is the one who calls out to Rachel and says, "Ah, da 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 da," and then she hears
okay.
Gabe.
Okay,
Gage.
and then she goes upstairs, and then there's Zelda in the corner. Bearclaw, this scared the hell out of you.
I can't. That's too. That's just like,
So we don't actually see what ends up happening to Rachel, but finally,
not good.
finally,
It's not good. She
Nope,
she doesn't get a bunch of flowers and champagne until
fucking Lewis is asleep. What the hell, man?
Well, I
he
mean,
did like spend 14 hours digging up and burying his
his
kid.
kid. Yeah.
Also, it
He
doesn't
was-
feel like he,
He's also evading the police, and
it doesn't feel like he meant that much to him. Like he kind of just went, "Oh yeah,
he didn't even know if she was coming home, did he? Oh no, he did by that point.
The only
right?
time I ever saw him show emotion was that funeral scene.
or no, he didn't know she was coming at that point.
No, he didn't know because
Until the
the
next
dad,
morning,
the
the
dad,
father-in-law
yeah.
called asking how she's doing.
He did show emotion at the funeral scene, but the father-in-law really showed emotion.
Where were you when he was playing in the road? You stinking shit! You killer of children!
What a dickhead,
I
punching the father of the dude who just lost his son.
Yeah,
I
that was
mean,
what is
everybody
wrong
handles
with
grief
you?
differently. I mean, I don't want to throw.
I like how people are treating him like he's the crazy one. Dude, he got cold cocked and the father-in-law knocked over his son's casket.
this all goes into the descent into madness.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
this is that.
What if now I have a different theory, say for Conspiracy Corner, but what if this is all just a dream in his head?
It could be.
It feels like it plays out like a dream.
Finally, well, because Lewis goes over to Judd's house, and Judd's house looks
It's
different,
like
right?
covered in moss.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point the good
hallucinatory.
doctor has lost.
Okay.
it. Like and I mean, he's carrying needles of poison in his.
Yeah, he gets church and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the crazy train by this point. He's not right. If you were to say what had happened to him, I would articulate it as whatever malevolent entities are part of the burial ground have fully taken hold of him. Like, there's no more. He's fully in its grasp.
Yeah, because then you get to the ending scene where it's him versus Gage, and
Yeah.
there is kind of a silly scene that looks like the doll coming flying
He
at
looks
him.
like he's wrestling like a Buddy Lee jeans dungaree
Yeah.
doll.
Yeah, no, that's true. I give him a little bit of grace on that one,
Yeah.
though, because I mean,
What's he gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Throw the kid? Like, what's your?
If it was the 70s, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say 70s. Be like, we'll just get another kid.
You got a lot of kids.
Got a ton of kids running around.
Stunt double.
Yeah.
This is creepy though, like just his face with the scalpel and.
Were you creeped out by it, Logan?
I mean, yeah, a lot of this stuff was creepy as hell. I hate. Oh God.
But then it's doing its job
gives
as
you
a
the
horror
willies,
movie.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does give me the voice. Damn. Using your own words again. I think what's so interesting to me about this movie is that, yes, it is like a descent into madness, but it's also like it makes you a little mad too, like
Oh, yeah.
watching this. Like it feels like you're kind of like slowly like descending like a little bit because
For sure.
you see just like such a change in the story. Like I think what's good about it is I've never seen a movie just take like a complete U-turn like it does. It's creepy.
And then at the end, after everything,
Well, he's cooked by then. I mean,
He's
that
gonna
egg
take
is, that egg
Rachel.
is fried. There's no putting it back into the
I think he's
shell
almost
at that
resigned
point.
to the fact that, like, what's the worst that happens? She kills me.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's just
Yeah,
resigned
I
to
think
that
that-
being
yeah.
like a possibility. I think he's fine with it.
Yeah,
And that does happen,
I think
right?
there's like a part of him that's like, oh, I'm just gonna join my family because
Like,
they're
'cause
all
he's, like,
pretty
dead.
much. Yeah,
Like spiritually, he's kind of already dead.
he's cooked. Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's just, this is like a movie of people making choices, poor choices.
poor choices, poor choices all along. Plenty of warning, plenty of stop signs along the way.
But like you said earlier, like the devil,
He doesn't make you do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
He just gives you the opportunity.
Oh, it is Gage that dies first in the book. I was about to say, because I feel like with Gage dying, that's the most depressing death. Like, if he killed a daughter, yeah, it's still, but Gage, I mean, it's the 2-year-old.
I don't know, she was pretty annoying.
I must go punch that baby.
She was a friend.
Have some kids, I guess. That's what Stephen King loves to do.
One of the things I liked about this movie too, just as a cosmic horror fan, and now that we're at the end here, is there was kind of the cosmic horror entity of like the simple truth that not all knowledge leads to good places. And one of the things that as I've gotten older, I think there's wisdom in not knowing some things. You know what I'm saying? Like not all knowledge is good knowledge. There is dangerous knowledge out there that simply by knowing it can corrupt you or hurt you or put wild ideas into your head. And like
Curiosity killed the cat.
This is kind of a classic Lovecraftian theme within this book of like, something now, and how do you use that knowledge? And are you better off having known that knowledge? Like sometimes dead is better, you know what I mean? Like this knowledge is tainted knowledge and
sour.
Ground is sour.
The
soil is sour.
Oh man.
One of the things that I've always kind of wondered was there a time when it wasn't soured and they just pop back up and be like, hey, how's it going, guys? Like,
well, that's what I was thinking.
What caused the sour?
Yeah.
I was thinking too, with like an Indian burial ground, like were they using it properly? And then obviously all of a sudden the white man like came over.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What are you guys doing?
The French fur
let's
traders.
use it ourselves. And
Yeah.
like it doesn't work that way. No.
I don't know. Indian burial grounds and stuff like that were a very real thing for me as a kid. I don't think there was any real ones near me, but I mean, it was a real fear that was put into me when I was younger. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like some stuff you just don't even, I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't, I don't do a lot of that stuff. Not necessarily because I believe in ghosts, but like, I don't go knocking on doors I don't want answered. You know what I mean? Like,
Just don't even want to entertain it.
Yeah.
Those are good tips from old Bearclaw.
Yeah.
Old wisdom delivered by Bearclaw.
We're on to Conspiracy Corner. Do you have any conspiracies for this movie?
I have a conspiracy.
All right.
Okay.
Judd Crandall is an interesting character. We've already acknowledged that.
The
The choices he makes in this movie with the creeds to me seem like moves I'd make if I didn't want new neighbors.
Yeah. Good point.
I'm going to talk about the road we live on and say road a bunch of times. I'm going to be the one that teaches your kids about death without your permission. There's a dead cat in my yard. I think it's Ellie's. I definitely didn't kill it. And I think it's about time I show you this Indian burial ground where you can bring the living back to life. I used it once. It was terrible for me, at least. It might work out for you.
Yeah.
FYI, I lied. They did try to bury a person up there. They came back. I killed it and my neighbor. I burnt their house down. Used to be next to yours.
And then they built another one.
Like, this dude definitely doesn't like people. He sees these city slickers move in next door, interrupting his enjoyment of Juddweisers, watching trucks kill animals crossing the road. They've disrupted his peace. And he makes them pay.
Yeah, because I was going to say one of my conspiracy theories, because we kind of covered both of them with Ellie having The Shining and then Fred Gwynn as potentially being in service to the burial ground, or like at least being influenced by
Yeah.
it. Like,
Mine is kind of off of that too, where like maybe he is a demon, like maybe he
Yeah.
has come back or something like that, you know, and
or
just,
you think he was buried there?
yeah,
and came back?
maybe
I
he's
don't know.
influenced by.
I'm just picturing him coming back as Herman Munster.
I've played this role before.
My conspiracy theory wise, a little bit darker than that.
Oh, let's hear
I'm
it.
excited.
I believe that Judd is the devil.
Oh.
And that he is actually the one that built the cemetery himself.
Oh.
Built it with his own hands. Just like he built the road.
I built this, Rod.
And he's so proud of
spectacularly
this
rich, and he
road.
owns the actual company that does it.
And I love the front. Like, his house is like the shittiest house.
Yeah. He built the road because he watches the road. He talks about the road.
I told you it's a bad road, Lois.
He
He's the
pays,
one-
He pays them trucks to go up and
Yeah.
down there like
He's the
100
one
miles
that-
per
I'll
hour.
pay you off any ticket you get. You just gotta.
He wants them to do his bidding because he is the devil.
I like it, look.
It is the devil's house. It looks like a devil's house.
It looks like an old farmhouse.
It looks like
Yeah.
the Munster's house.
Yeah, that's the devil's house.
That's where the devil
You think
plays.
the devil would have a nice mansion? Nah, he would have that shit.
We're on to hot takes. I got a quick hot take for this. There isn't a whole lot that happens throughout this movie. Like, you know, there's not like action. You know what I'm saying? It actually moves pretty fast.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
It keeps that's one of the strengths of this movie, I think, is you could definitely see how they could get mired into like there's a lot of different tributaries you could take with some of these themes, and they really this would be a good example that I would bring up of like a tight script. Like this keeps the action going. It keeps forward momentum.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other hot takes?
No.
Sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes that is better.
Yeah.
We're on to our Hall of Slain. Our Hall of Slain are characters that have died in the movies we review that would help us get through and survive a horror movie because we are the final girl. Are there any characters from Pet Sematary you would like to nominate?
I would like to nominate Pascal, because I mean, what a good guy, man.
Yeah.
Like, he gets hit by a truck and dies. The entire time he's trying to help out, man. He's trying to be like, listen, don't go up there, dude. I keep telling, don't listen to that old guy.
He's like,
don't go up there.
He's like our Virgil.
Yeah.
In the Inferno.
In the Infernal. Yeah. He's trying to help out. He's like, listen, all right, we'll see if we can get the wife back. And like, he's
like a good harbinger
yeah,
of doom.
Well, he is a good harbinger of doom, but he's like trying to, I mean, you know, nobody listened to him. He's trying to course correct things. He's trying to do the right things. Or he might be part of the burial thing. I don't know. I kind of had a conspiracy theory that kind of looked at that, but I don't know that holds up under any scrutiny, because he does a lot to try and subvert things.
Yeah, he's trying to help.
He's the angel and Judd's the devil.
Oh, I like that logo a lot.
Yeah.
Let's bring Pascal in. What do you think?
Yeah, and while we're at it, let's get the other side of the coin. Let's get Judd in there.
I like Judd.
I like Judd, but like, and I'm all for having Herman Munster in, but I don't know. Like I said, he's kind of a lot of the root cause of the problems too, though. You know,
We need a guy who
like-
can can trudge through any forest without falling.
Yeah, but he might be trudging you to the place where you're gonna get killed. You know, I don't know.
What do you think, Dan?
I don't know about Judd. I want to put Judd in, but like,
I want Herman Munster in the worst way, but like,
I don't trust
Guess
him.
where he's going.
He's going with me.
He's coming with me. He's all mine.
Where are Logan and his crew? Oh, they followed Judd. Oh, so they're all dead. Okay, let's move on, guys.
Look, we already have some unlikely characters in mind. We got freaking Tina. Who put Tina in mind?
Tina! She's in yours.
Oh man,
Tina drove Judd to
Tina
it.
and Judd would be a combination.
Can you imagine their conversations?
Dude, that's awesome. That would make Tina
Somebody put this lady in the road.
Wow, what a motley crew, Log.
I know.
All right, so first,
Getting out of the horn.
Well,
Get the
hey,
horn.
we got Mrs. Tower, and now we got
you got an elderly
Maybe they
wing
were
going on.
dating. Who knows?
Whoa.
Oh man.
Hey, she's married.
All right. So just as a recap, we have Pascal
She doesn't
coming to
know
the
that.
mouse. Oh God. Oh no.
Wait a minute. What about Gage?
We have Pascal coming to the Miles of Madness Hall of Slain, gavel sound. Then we have Judd going to Logan's Hall of Slain wing, clown horn. Gage, I don't think we want Gage.
I know. I don't want to.
I don't want to be.
I don't want to be. I don't need to be caring for children while I'm running from a.
Plus, do we know if he's the evil kind or the good kind?
I don't know, and definitely don't
How
want
about
Rachel.
She's hot.
What? Oh, I thought you were talking about Zelda for a minute. I was about to be
Whoa,
I was about to move my chair a little further away from you. Like, all right.
Look, man, I ain't into that exorcism
Just,
shit.
Rachel did do Playboy in 1979.
Yeah, bring me I want Rachel.
All right.
all yours.
Okay.
We got
shit.
the hose out for love.
I mean, you do get Security Officer Yashatar, so that's not the worst.
I got a Playboy.
All right, give him the hose, Nathan.
What the hell?
We're on to our favorite segment, hook, line, and stinker. Our hook is our favorite kill of the movie. Our line is our favorite line or quote in the movie. And our stinker is something funny, awful, or weird that happens that makes the movie either better or worse. My hook, maybe a lot of us have it, is Judd's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
I had Gage's death and burning too, because that was pretty.
Oh, dang.
The whole where he was like the father had lost it and he was like shh, and he was like not fair. Like that was fucked up.
Then he hit his head.
My line is the phone call where Gage goes,
Hi, Joe's Daddy. Will you come over and play with me? First I played with Dad, then Mommy came and I played with Mommy. We played, Daddy. We had an awful good time. Now I want to play with you.
What did you do?
what did you do?
Oh, that's
We
a good
mash,
line.
she mash.
There's
We all
so many
did
good
monster
lines.
Hairs
mash.
on my neck stand up even. Just, oh.
My stinker is how many times Judd mentions the word road.
I don't know. I think that's a hook for me.
You want to watch out for that road.
Oh, man. Dan, how about you?
Man, we were in lockstep. That was my hook,
Awesome.
and that was
your line,
That was
too?
my line as
Oh.
well.
The only
I was gonna say my other line was Rod.
Road.
Rod.
For me, the stinker was the father-in-law punching Lewis. Then someone at the service tells Lewis to get a hold of himself.
It's your son's funeral. Get a hold of yourself.
After being punched in the face for no reason. No one says shit about anything to the father-in-law.
Worst part is they show the hand
Yeah.
of the kid. Oh.
Yeah, in the coffin.
And then the casket goes over too, like you were saying, Logan.
How is he the
like
bad
why
guy?
why is he the one being told to contain himself?
I think this
Shit,
is a
man.
dream because he doesn't act like like a normal person. He acts like he's in a dream.
Yeah. I would also say the Lewis versus Gage fight scene where reanimated Gage gets launched from the attic, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Bearclaw.
Like I said, for my hook, everybody says Judd Crandall, and that's what I had too. But I also had Gage's second death because that always stuck with me in the movie of like where he just hits him with the needle and like
Fair.
no fair.
No fair. No fair, no fair.
You can tell like it's like some type of demon or other entity that's possessed him, and that's just like now I'm not gonna get to play with this little kid's corpse anymore. So it's pretty terrible. So that was it. And then for line, I had, of course, sometimes dead is better, but the other one, because this one always kind of warms my heart, because Victor Pascal is trying to help, and Lewis goes, "Hey, why are you here?" And Victor Pascal goes,
I want to help you because, Louis, because you tried to help me.
because you tried to help me. Like, there's always kind of a lot of times in Stephen King's books, there's some type of good force that's trying to do good, at least in even the darkest situation. Pascal, to me, was very much a little bit of balance in this movie. So I really like that. Like, you tried to help me. Now I'm going to, really try my best to help you, because he knows shit's going to get dark.
It's like
So,
Jiminy Cricket with Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Pinocchio ain't listening to him.
Yeah, and then my stinker is just fuck this movie, scares the shit out of me, and always will. So that's my stinker. I think it's a great movie. I think it's a fantastic horror movie, but it still always gets me. So
It's always in there. Logan.
Yeah, I had Judd's death. It's like the only on-screen death, pretty much. Line, I have
My little girl's got a cat, Winston Churchill. Call him Church for short.
I get him fixed, why, you. Fixed cat don't tend to wander.
Fixed cat don't tend to wander. Judd's awesome. I love Judd. Judd, welcome to my wing. Stinker is I don't like horror movies with kids. It's just sad. Like I don't like deaths with little kids. Like that just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, this wasn't a terribly fun movie. I would say.
I don't think any Stephen King movies are fun.
Yeah.
We're on to our final rating.
They're gonna rate the movie. What will they rate the movie? The killer is great, the victim sucks, the survivor is in between. What was that?
If this is your first time listening, we have a 3-tier rating system. Killer is the best. Survivor is the middle tier. And finally, the dreaded victim. I'm giving Stephen King's Pet Sematary a Survivor. Kind of like the things we had talked about. I don't think the acting is the best in this. It is a dark and depressing movie. It is very good at horror and the horror element for sure, 100%. But this is just a tough watch for me to like sit down and want to put this one on as far as rewatchability goes. Like Logan said too, it's tough with the kids dying and the cat dying and things like that. There's a lot of big emotions in this movie, but as far as like atmosphere and terrifying imagery, this is right up there for any horror movie.
And the special effects are pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
special effects are really good. You know, so like there is a lot to like about this movie for sure, but it's just for me, it's like the rewatchability is just kind of low. Dan, how about you?
I'm right there with you, Kevin. I give Pet Sematary a Survivor. I think it's a horror movie classic and one of the better films that were adapted from King's work.
I agree with that.
As we mentioned, like the effects still hold up. I highly recommend this movie for fans of horror. It has some of the most memorable, like Logan mentioned, the most memorable cinematography. Church the cat, Evil Gage, and Victor Pascal. Like some of those characters are so memorable. The Zelda lady is so memorable. Like those characters are like burnt into my memory. I will never forget those characters and the effect that they make me feel.
No matter how hard I try.
Yeah, to Kevin's point too, like the content and just the darkness of it, it does make it a very hard rewatch and would probably explain why it's been like almost 30 to 25 years since I've actually watched this movie myself. Bearclaw.
I go back to what's the point of a horror movie? It's to scare you. It's to give you that feeling, that terrified feeling. And this movie, while it doesn't have the fun factor that I generally like in horror movies, it makes up for it with just Zelda, with Gage. I mean, to me, it's a killer. I mean, you want to scare somebody, this is how you do it. The movie makes sense. You see the madness creeping in. You see the forbidden knowledge. I mean, it's got a lot of cosmic horror kind of themes to it. The acting didn't bother me, but I would recommend this movie to somebody as one of the horror movies to watch. If you want to make a horror movie and try and inspire true fear in your audience, this is like, look at this as like a model of doing that. So yeah, to me, it's a killer.
Logan.
Yeah, I'd have to say this one is a Survivor for me. This movie fits the word mid. It is very mid to me. It has no fun. The acting is terrible. The characters, besides, maybe the kids, I don't really care about. Judd will always be a national hero, but he's more or less the devil. But you know what? Everyone needs the devil on their shoulder for a fun time. The cinematography, the music, the overall story is really strong, but I'm not a big fan of kids dying. It's just not my bag, so it's got to be Survivor.
Nathan, our producer, gave his rating, and he said Pet Sematary's concept would make for a great 1-hour episode of Tales from the Crypt. As a full-length feature, it constantly gets bogged down in exploratory flashbacks that seem to be meant to pad the runtime. Also, the terrible performances had me laughing at inappropriate moments.
Yep.
Low-end Survivor. P.S. When a baby has a scalpel, you simply take it away.
I didn't even take it from you. I just didn't want that. I don't want a scalpel.
We also asked you, our audience, what your thoughts were on Pet Sematary. From My Little Slice of Hell, an absolute classic, a true nightmare. From Kimmy Kim, a.k.a. Kim, the best. From James Shannon Morant, creepy emotional horror movie. From Modern Monstrous, the way this book/movie have made me unable to spell cemetery should be a crime. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think this movie was as scary as it could have been, but it did make me laugh a lot. Victim. From Kate L45678. This was a staple at sleepovers with friends, and I think it is super creepy in some parts. I don't find it as scary now, but I love the story a lot. I think it deserves a killer status. Oh,
There we
Kate's
go.
with you, Bearclaw. And finally, from Dissect That Film Pod. I rewatched this last year, and to be honest, this movie's hilarious. There's no likable characters, including Fred Gwynn. I think it has solid effects work, and Gwynn's performance is iconic, but everything that happens in this movie is not by chance, but by pure stupidity. I don't hate it, but I don't think I'll ever go out of my way to see it again.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for your comments. If you want to comment on any of the movies we review, go to our Instagram page at mouths.of.madness or write to us at thepaddedroom@outlook.com, and we'll read them off at the end of our next episode. Like I said at the beginning, we are celebrating our 2-year anniversary.
Woohoo! Insert party noise there, Nathan.
Bearclaw's party.
Bearclaw's party.
Little dance
It's
music.
my party.
So we want to take this time at the end of our episode and just kind of tell you our thoughts on 2 years of the podcast. Want to reflect on the past 2 years, and I want to say thank you to all of you guys. I think this past year, I think we really cranked it into action.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't miss too many weeks. It was cool. Like the movies we covered a lot from when I first started watching horror. So like there was a lot of fun ones. I appreciate you all kind of for bringing some different ones that I would have never went out of my way to see.
Yeah.
You know, like Bearclaw, The Ninth Gate. I
Yeah.
mean, Logan, the Winnie the Pooh movies.
Oh, yeah.
I would have, rest assured, I would have never seen those outside of this,
Yep.
but I loved them.
Yeah, Dan, Street Trash, man.
Street Trash. Oh,
yeah. That was one of our favorites, I think, like, you know, just on review and talking about. So, like, it's cool. Like, I think we all brought something different. I want to say thank you to Nathan, our producer. He's the man. You know, his hard work comes through on all our episodes.
Like I said, I'm always looking up.
We throw a lot of challenges at him, especially with our skits and stuff.
He
And
knocks it out of the park
Yeah.
every time.
We'll put up a poster of She's the Man, but instead put Nathan's picture instead of the main chick.
And lastly, I want to thank our audience because, you know, you guys really make it worth it for us. Like your comments, you know, talking about the movies, listening. It's been awesome. So we really appreciate you all tuning in to hear our episodes. One of the things, too, I looked back on was the past season and some of the movies we did. And we only had one total killer movie that we all rated.
The Thing.
It was not The Thing.
No?
I don't like
It was Child's Play.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, The Thing got 4.5 stars from us. Logan rated it a survive.
Huh.
We had a four. We had a
Really?
couple
I didn't
4.5s.
like that one.
Yeah, we had a couple 4.5s. We had some that were 1 stars.
Oh, I wonder
what
which
were some of the
ones.
1 stars?
Yeah, what was unanimously panned?
It was Halloween 5, which we just did. It was The Ninth Gate,
Terrifier.
Oh,
Terrifier
not
season
one.
1.
Oh, wow.
We did Leprechaun in the Hood as a 1 star.
Yeah.
I was the only
Yeah,
one that
that-
rated a killer.
And Dream Scenario was our last.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's kind of cool. Like I think we were pretty fair overall. Like looking back, you know,
Yeah.
we're a pretty tough group.
Tough
too.
group.
Yeah.
Tough group. Yeah.
Not everything gets killer ratings here.
Yeah, you can't be throwing killers out
No.
there. It doesn't.
You gotta reserve it for
something
the
special.
select batch.
For sure. And I want to go around to you guys and I want to ask you specifically, what was your favorite skit or episode of season 2? And if there's any rating that you would change on one of the movies that you rated for season 2. Dan, how about you?
For favorite episode, I gotta say, it's hard for me to pick one. So I'm just gonna like list off 3 that I like the most. A Street Trash, Friday the 13th Part 5, and Death Becomes Her. I had the most fun talking about these movies with you guys. Those wacky character driven horror movies are my favorite ones to cover. The character work in all three of those films are just so good, and they're so much fun to talk about, and just the unhinged nature of all three of those movies. Those are like my favorite types of movies we cover, where we can kind of let our hair down and just get like silly with the content.
Yeah.
Skit wise, I liked the Hellraiser skit, and I also like the Purge Soiree skit. Those two like were the funniest. Like I just the farting into the lamentation configuration. That was just brilliant.
Yeah, I still think about that. We're like, shh, okay, open it up.
I still will like occasionally go back and listen to that. If I need a laugh, I just turn that one on.
Is there any ratings you would change, you think, for season 2?
I don't know what I rated Street Trash. If I didn't rate it a killer, I'd rate it a killer.
Yeah, cool. Any other thoughts on season 2?
We really grew as a team over this last year. I think our chemistry has gotten better. Nathan, again, is our like rock star editor. He makes all of us sound great in everything we do. So I'm very appreciative of him. Just like with our fans, like I love the fact that like at the end of our episode, we kind of read what they have to say. And I like that we kind of encapsulate, I think, almost everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
Like with our episodes. And like, so I like that we, as the four of us, are able to provide something different that kind of, I think, hits everybody.
Yeah.
And that's in our listeners. And I'm very appreciative of our listeners. And I look forward to doing this more and just continuing to grow our channel and get more people to listen to us. It's fun, it's exciting, and I'm not slowing down.
Yeah, right. This madness train. Get on right now.
Yeah.
Choo choo. Bearclaw, how about you? What's your favorite skit or episode of the season? And is there a rating you would change?
One of my favorite skits, because it was the most fun for me to do, was the Bear Fred Hitchclaw one, where I got to be totally unhinged as Alfred Hitchcock was, and because man, I just remember I had not watched a lot of Hitchcock movies before Psycho, and I had not like just the fact that there was a 6-minute trailer where that guy walked through the sets and was like, "You should see my movie," like that's insanity, and in closing the theaters to anybody who came late, like I don't know, like that was to me was just next level madness. So
it's funny. I just watched the Ed Gein show on Netflix, and they show Hitchcock for Psycho, a lot of that, and I was just all I could picture was Bearclaw as Hitchcock. I couldn't even picture Hitchcock anymore.
Thrilling, yeah. I just the most unhinged individual I could imagine, or I couldn't even imagine somebody as unhinged as Alfred Hitchcock. So I really enjoyed making that skit. So my favorite episode, and you know me, I'm probably while Dan enjoys maybe a little bit of the lighter movies, I like diving in deep, and the Thing episode for me, where we really
that
was a fun episode where I got to lay out I got to put up my my conspiracy board. We got to really dive in deep, and that's a movie I dearly love. So I mean, it's a John Carpenter classic, and just us being able to sit down and like talk that through and air out some of the demons that have been roaming around in my head for a while. That was just a fantastic opportunity. So yeah, and I want to thank you guys all for being a part of it, and thank all of our listeners, because that's why we do this, and it's also we do it because it's a good time and it's awesome, and like I said, it lets me air out the many unhinged thoughts that are crawling around in my head.
Is there any ratings you would change from season?
No, I think very carefully about my ratings. It's always the first thing that I write down after I've watched the movie. Is I really sit down, I think pretty hard about it, and I think I could still justify any one of my ratings to any of these movies. I don't think there's anyone that I felt I was too hard on or too lenient on.
Nice.
I had a lot more middle this season than last season.
Yeah.
Last season I was a little bit more polarized, but I feel like there's a little bit more of a survivor tendency this time around for me.
Logan, how about you? Is there a skit or episode that you liked the best?
I mean, Dan brought it up. The Purge one is really good. I forgot about the Purge one. I like the Paranormal Investigators one a lot.
I love the man on the street segments.
Man,
too.
well, I'll talk about that. I will definitely talk about that. Because,
I'm shot in the head. Back to
dude,
you.
I love that. I think for me, the skit that made me the most happy was the idea of The Thing. I liked the Thing episode. It was just the most, like, I thought us playing off of it throughout the episode of me making that polarizing thing of
Hating
me
John
hating
Carpenter.
Hating John Carpenter. Yeah, you
I
worked
think
it.
was such a fun time. We all had a great time.
And
Some
I
of us
mean-
more than others.
And I mean, the risks you took, risking your housing and
hey, we do what we
for the
can for our
show.
fans. I love the Ghostbusters episode a lot. I think that's one of my favorite ones. It's kind of
Yeah.
like an
That was a good- that
underrated
was a
I
one.
fun
love that one. That
Yeah,
was such a fun one.
That
to
was
cover.
such a fun one. I think we had all had like a ton of fun doing that movie. I think because it was like so unlike all of the other movies. But the greatest episode for me is the Leprechaun in the Hood episode. I fucking love that
Still
episode.
love that.
Because I think we are just when we hate or not hate a movie is strong to say, but when we have such different ideas about a movie, it makes for such good episodes. Like this. Like I think like whenever we have like different ideas, it makes for good content. Friday the 13th Part 5 too. Like I feel like whenever we like have such like different
polarizing.
like it's just so good. As far as like things I would change, maybe The Thing to Victim.
Oh.
Wow.
No, I like Bearclaw though. I think very hard about mine. And you know what? I'm gonna reveal this to everybody. I don't write down my rating before the episode. I don't even think about it before the episode. When we talk about it, it makes me think of what it actually is.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
you can be swayed.
I can be
that.
swayed. Sometimes it happens. Like there's been multiple times where it happens where I'm like, oh yeah, that I liked it or I hated it. Like it just happens.
I can tell you, Logan, there's been a couple of times when we've had a couple episodes where I've gone in like thinking I've absolutely hated a movie or I've absolutely loved a movie, and our discussions change it.
Yeah, it changes based on mood. Like it's not just because like people's opinions. It's more just I think about myself and like what I think about the movie, and it definitely changes based on what we talk about.
Yeah.
I think as far as like the 2-year stretch goes, I think what I liked more about this stretch was the idea that we were kind of like riffing. And it was more fun that way because we were having fun with like these ideas. An idea that came to me like legitimately almost like in a dream was Man on the Street. It came to me. I'm like, you know what? It would be really funny to have a news show going on while the purge is happening. So that just came to me, and it was just like it really struck me.
And it's carried on.
Yeah, it's carried on, and it keeps on coming in whenever we have the chance. Whenever someone has to do a bathroom break, or someone, whenever we have kind of like a time where I do Man on the Street, and it's very fun. I think one of the big things I did like this season, even though it was like in the early parts of the season, was being able to go on Straight Jacket Talk, our other show, and be able to watch some movies that we did. We did Gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Yeah, that's right.
We did
That
The
was this
Invisible
past year.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like our Invisible Man, I love that episode. I love that movie so much. So being able to talk about it, even though it wasn't with like you guys, I thought like what's so interesting is like I don't really, I'm not on that show, but I think like I liked how we discussed it because it was so different from ours, and I thought that was so cool. Is like we have different things for different people, and it's just like it's so different. I think it's unique. It has its own feel to it, like this podcast does. I think that's like what we really got into it this season is that we got in our creative strides.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and also I forgot to mention our puppet master, and like I said, whenever I even look up when I talk about him, Nathan, who, I mean, just the fantastic editing that he does makes the show. So
Yes.
I definitely want to give credit where credit is due, and I just know that there's a healthy amount of fear and respect because you can slice and dice things to make us say just about anything. I love The Crow.
Oh, I know Nathan will for me. Let me just tell you, Nathan, you thought this season was rough on you. Just wait for next season. I got some movies. Leprechaun in Space is coming. Don't you worry about it.
Well, listen, I think for me, my favorite skits are Hitchclaw. And I love the Ninth Gate one where we did the different props that Bearclaw had bought, including Dick Warlock's jockstrap.
That was such a good one.
We couldn't stop laughing at that. You know, as episodes go, Halloween 5 or The Thing, I think are my favorites just because we had so much fun. And I thought the conversations just were, it was so fun.
Do you remember your conversations for The Thing?
We were drinking a little bit too, which helped. As far as a rating I would change, I'm with Dan. Street Trash, I might give a kill or two because I really enjoyed that one.
That movie still sticks into my head, you know? Like, I still keep going, I need to go back and revisit that
I think
movie.
I gave it a
was
survivor.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I'd stay by that because
I gave it a killer.
Logan gave it a killer, and I think Nathan gave it a victim, but all of us were at.
We were kind of in the middle, I think, if I remember correctly.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mouths of Madness on your favorite audio platform and YouTube. If you've enjoyed your descent into madness, we really would appreciate it if you would rate us 5 stars and leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram at mouths.of.madness. We have a great YouTube channel where you can watch our video podcast Straight Jacket Talk, now at Mouths of Madness. Finally, we have our email address. Write to Bearclaw at thepaddedroom@outlook.com and let him know what your plans are for Halloween this year.
Yeah, let me know what your costume's gonna be, you know, which Ghostbuster you're gonna be, and feel free. I don't want you to feel constrained here. You know, old Bearclaw's here to listen. I want to hear some conspiracy theories. You got some wild theories about a movie? Lay them down on me. I'm ready for them. Let's get out the whiteboard and make some connections here. And I'm also always working on my unified theory of Gage. So you know, I'm gonna crack that egg one day. You'll see.
Help Bearclaw.
I'm gonna connect every one of his movies, and it's all gonna make some type of unhinged sense.
Awesome. Well, that does it for our review on Stephen King's Pet Sematary. We'll be back for season 3 with Dan's pick. Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh yeah.
And now is Jason in this movie?
You'll have to find out.
Tune in next time to find out.
But until then, back to the padded room with ya, and happy Halloween!
Oh man, this shit's gone south. They've completely gone unhinged.
Sometimes dead is better.
Jeez, we gotta get out of here.
The door's locked. Who locked the door?
Don't open